Secretary of State Marco Rubio's remarks at the annual Munich Security Conference served both as a warning and invitation to European nations, calling for a renewed partnership with the U.S. and a focus on tougher border control and a return to industrial and military strength. Joining us now to discuss is Rick Fisher, Senior Fellow at the International Assessment and Strategy Center and International Military Analyst. Rick, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today. So Secretary Rubio, in his speech, noting the deep ties between the U.S. and Europe, stating we belong together. So just your overall thoughts here. What did you make of the tone of his speech?
It was a very positive tone. It was an encouraging tone, a tone that reflected a message of assurance that the United States has and always will share amazing historic and cultural connection with Europe, and that the alliance born of the experience of the early Cold War after World War II remains strong, and that, yes, while there will be differences between the United States and Europe at times, the Trump administration remains very committed to this alliance and is willing to go forward to develop new strength and new defensive capabilities.
Right. He says he prefers to work together with the European Union. So I brought a clip here with me, and if you don't mind, let's just take a quick look at what he said.
We care deeply about your future and ours. And if at times we disagree, our disagreements come from our profound sense of concern about a Europe with which we are connected, not just economically, not just militarily. We are connected spiritually, and we are connected culturally. We want Europe to be strong.
So, as you heard, Rubio talked about a history, a shared history, including faith, culture, heritage. As you said, it seems to be a unifying message. I want to focus on the point of faith. How important is the renewal of shared faith in keeping the U.S. and Western nations strongly united?
Extremely important. Of course, the perceived criticism of Vice President Vance at last year's Munich conference was related largely to Europe's unfettered, uncontrolled migration policies that have created real weakness in many European societies, and this weakness has been caused by, essentially a refusal of new Islamic migration waves to decide to assimilate and uphold European democratic values. In a sense, Secretary Rubio is not diminishing that concern in his speech this year, but is emphasizing the commonality between Europe and the United States in our shared Christian heritage.
So, Rick, Rubio also spoke about armies fighting for the great civilization, our great civilization, and proud of its history and confident of its future. What do you make of these references to fighting for our future, and why is it important that the U.S. and Europe work together, and why is that essential for the future of the West?
Well, the reason became quite clear in the following address by Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi. Wang Yi presented a vision of the future, the Chinese Global Governance Initiative, in which the United Nations would be at the center of future decision-making about peace, prosperity, the future of the global order. This, of course, is a not even thinly veiled attempt to put China at the center of future global decision-making. China basically controls the United Nations. China provides funding. China's authoritarian allies are at the center of China's power at the United Nations. So by stressing the common Western civilization, the democratic, the Christian civilization of the United States and Europe, Secretary Rubio was presenting a vital contrast between an American European, a Western civilization vision, and the Chinese vision.
Okay, I just want to reiterate this important point that you made, that you said China funds certain aspects of Europe, essentially controls Europe. I just wanted to reiterate that for our viewers. So also, yes.
I meant the United Nations. China basically controls the United Nations.
Right, the United Nations. So Rubio described immigration as well, and maybe we can talk about this. He says it's an urgent threat to the fabric of our societies and the survival of our civilization itself. What do you think about that? Do you think Europe needed to hear this?
They heard it last year, and Secretary Rubio did not walk away from this criticism this year. Absolutely. Our European allies are facing enormous challenges to the basic authority of democratic institutions by having allowed unfettered immigration from Islamic societies that have little to no intention of assimilating and adopting democratic values.
And let me continue on your point of China. Rubio pointed to China when he spoke of nations protecting their economies and subsidizing their companies to systematically undercut jobs and having jobs move overseas. How critical is this moment for Western nations to reset in order to stand up to adversaries like the Chinese regime?
It's absolutely necessary. And Europe and the United States should revisit an old Cold War institution called COCOM. COCOM was very successful during the Cold War in denying the former Soviet Union the ability to access and steal Western technology, American technology and European technology. The United States and Europe desperately need to revive some kind of common effort to protect their economies from new Chinese predations, cyber espionage, in addition to all the espionage-related challenges that uses to assault Europe and the United States, but a common set of rules that guard our technology from access, unfettered access by China is long overdue.
Yes, it is long overdue. Rick Fisher, thank you so much for speaking with us today.
Thank you.